the news now.
Namaskar, Adab, Sat Shri Akal and a very good evening. This is Amar Chauhan and you're watching the news now. Today we have with us Mr. Omar Hafiz, who is the head of Global Campaign. Sir, first of all, welcome to the news now.
Thank you so much.
Sir, tell me something about this Global Campaign Steers.
Steers is a global campaign. I mean, it actually started on a small concept जहाँ पे हमने we had thought of creating a space for female and third gender groups wherein they can share their stories, they can share their thoughts or question back to the society, all those questions that they have been facing in their life. So the idea was to bring that bigger canvas, create that bigger audience for those stories.
Right.
So we actually did it in three processes. Like we did photo stories, video stories and written stories. For people who were comfortable with photos, who were comfortable with videos, we actually made them talk about the one instant of their life where they got stereotyped, how they handled it. You know the kind of inspirational touch that we actually gave to that video story. And afterwards we came up with the written part wherein we were looking for people who were not comfortable to express themselves properly through photos or videos. So we got a website for them wherein they share their blogs, written blogs, and we share them anonymously. So that was the general concept. And ultimately we have seen most of the time that we keep questioning.
Right.
So Steers is about questioning and then seeking response.
Alright.
So what we did, we actually divided three gender groups, females and third gender, into one party and males into other party. So on one side, females and third gender groups are questioning. On the other side, we are seeking responses from men, which is the other group, other party in this whole thing. So while I was conceptualizing this whole thing, a lot of people came to me, even men get stereotyped. Why are you just more concerned about females and third gender? My concern was because most of the times, not rarely we talk about third gender groups, and at the same time, if we talk about women, it is again that initiative taken by females for females. So there have been very rare moments. If I remember some names who have like males particularly who have taken initiatives for women. I mean, nowadays women empowerment has more become a hypothetical term.
Right.
So it is not even understood well what they mean by it. So I mean, that is not just one point where you can start and where you can just stop. So my idea was to just get genders together, bring them into synchronization point wherein they can at least to feel the need of responding and not let the other person explain or just explain when I'm talking about female and third gender. That was the whole idea of Steers.
Sir, you are the youngest, social activist in this sector. So ये idea आपके mind में कैसे आया कि आपको यही plan करना है?
मेरा last to last year I did one research which was about suicidal cases in Kashmir.
Okay.
And then it was an extended, the rest part was, later part was the extension of that research in other parts of the state. So in that research, I could figure out that out of 100%, 70% suicidal cases are of women, and only 30% times men attempt suicides. Then I realized that if you look deeper into the details of this whole thing, why is it happening? Then you see female as a centric point of every single thing. Like you go home, I go home, for example, or you go home, you are frustrated because of your job, you go home and then you shout at your mother or sister or anybody. So if we look at on a deeper level, every single thing that is going on in our life, even mostly bad or good or anything that is going on, the whole thing drains down to a point where we reach home and start shouting at our mother, sister. So the ultimate point is just it actually builds up in their mind where it leads to depression and makes them reach to a point where they commit suicide. They attempt suicide in this space. So my idea was to create space where at least they can express, because without any hesitation, and at the same time vet that negative energy that they carry with them, when that frustration that they carry with them, at least sort them in some way or mitigate their depression level. So the whole idea started from that research, wherein I thought of females. Then when I did the research on longer domain, while I was conceptualizing this stairs campaign, so I came to see that even transgenders have the worst condition.
Right,
At least women, I mean, they have social acceptance, they have families. These transgenders or thirdgenders, they don't have social acceptance. They are not even accepted socially, or you can say even if we look at their family background, they are not even accepted in their families. Then they leave their families and reach out to other places for rescue and survival. But even in their education, they are not even allowed accepted in their colleges or schools, wherever they go. So then I thought it is not just women. I have to actually add this group to it. This is the most victimized group, victimized community in our times. So I thought, let me look at the deeper level, wherein I had initially thought of doing it in the state itself, but then I thought it is a national issue. But then getting more deeper into it, then I realized it is a global issue. So let us make it global. Make it global.
We have came to know that you are running this campaign over 55 plus countries, na? So tell us something about that.
Okay, so actually, when people question me these days about 55 countries, I mean, I had not even thought that I'll be able to run it in 28 states.
Right.
But yes, I mean, nowadays we talk about younger generations, youth particularly. They are creative, vibrant, and actually new concepts or different things attract them.
Right.
So the point is, I started as a concept myself, but now I don't consider it as my initiative. It is more about people's movement. So the point is, when we were like looking for volunteers, and we kept open entries, and I mean, I should tell you that we got so many entries. We were finally, initially we were looking for people, then we had to filter the people कि किसको ले ले, कौन हमारे इसमें काम कर सकता है. So then we have 300 plus volunteers for now working with us. We have profiled them separately. They are college students, even some are working classes, some are from different professions. So then and at the same time, when we talk about, I mean, how we got international participation, we actually had some Middle East participations, then from US, London, and these Western countries. But at the same time, when such people used to share their stories on their walls, it used to give that idea to the immediate catchments or their circles on their web portals. So then we created a separate team of 40 people who are looking for foreign content as of now. So what I'm saying again, I mean, it won't bring an overnight change, but it is again a thought. Maybe this time I did it, next time somebody would do it, on a bigger scale.
Right.
So we are trying to, feed new thoughts in some way where it is kind of a path that resolves many issues in terms of gender, if we talk in general.
Okay. Our audience who are facing this problem.
So I mean, my message would be to be more humanistic in approach. So see, we have different gender groups. I mean, somebody forwarded this beautiful quote that mind has no gender. So in terms of capabilities, in terms of in your workspaces, in your home, you should expect respect only if you respect other people.
Right.
That is the only thing I would.
Transgender people, individual don't choose this. एक मिनट. At last, I would like to say, nature chooses who will be the transgender. Individual don't choose.
The news now telling the untold stories.